Hey everybody, welcome to another data engineer blog. This is number 4, and today I'm going to talk a little bit more about computer science basics and fundamentals, which is part 1 of the data engineer roadmap. One of the things I want to see today is the different terminals that we have as in our computers that we could utilize at work or when we're learning. So I'm going to touch first on Ubuntu, which is a Linux operating system terminal. Then I'm going to cover command line, and then last but not least, I'm going to cover Windows PowerShell. Just very briefly, quick commands, just so that you get the hang of it. So let's start. One of the main things that you need to know when working in terminal is how to move around. Right, so right now we're in my home directory, which is, imagine just how you have for those Windows users, your directory that is for your user, where you have your documents, your videos, your downloads, all of that. Imagine it's pretty much the same thing. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use a command called pwd, which will show you your current directory. Right now it's under C, users, and my username here. If we want to see what's in that directory, we use ls, which is list files. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff in there. And I'm going to clear the terminal with clear. Okay, so what we saw was how to show your current directory and show what directories are under there. The other thing is we need to know how to move around. So if I want to go under my projects folder, I use cd and projects, which will take me to my projects folders, as you can see there. So if we use now pwd, you can see you're under the projects folder. Now let's say I want to go back to my home directory. I'm going to use cd and .. So this is going up a level from the folder structure. And there you go. You're back in your home directory. Another command that I use a lot, instead of typing clear, what I'm going to do is use Control L, which clears your terminal automatically. Now let's talk a little bit more about files. So now we talked about folders, how to move around folders, but now we're going to talk about file. So the first thing I want to check here is how to create a file. And this command creates an empty file with nothing in it, with whatever extension you create. So I'm just going to do like a very quick one. So I'm going to type in touch and then the file name. Let's call it file123.txt. So now when I type ls, it will show me that I created a file named 123, file123.txt. Now, to view what's inside a file, we use the command called cat, then file, and then the name. See how I just clicked on tab and it filled in the name? So by using tab, it actually autofills a lot of the stuff when you're working in terminal. So I'm going to do that, and as you can see, there's nothing in the file. There are a lot of editors in Linux or Linux terminal. There's Vim and NeoVim, or we could use Nano. Nano is a little bit more user-friendly. It doesn't have some commands that might be too overwhelming to learn, so let's use Nano. So we can type in nano file 123, and this is Nano. So as you can see, it's just a text editor where I'm just going to put hello, my future data engineer friends. Okay, so I just typed that, and as you can see at the bottom, you have like a menu. I am going to click do the little caret with the pointing up is control. So I could do control X, and it's asking me if I want to save. And yes, I do want to save. And I just saved to, do I want to write to that file? Yes, click enter, and there you go. Now if we do cat file 123, it shows what's inside the file. Okay. Now, if we do file and the file name, it'll tell us the type of file that it is, right? So right here is just telling you it's just regular ASCII text. Now, let's say we want to create a copy of the file. We have the command called copy, so cp. We will put the name of the file, and then what we want to call it. So file 456.txt. So now we just created a copy. I'm going to clean my terminal just to keep it clean. Do ls to show my files. As you can see, we have file 456, and if we do a cat on that file, you can see it's just a simple copy of that text file. Now, let's say we want to make another directory and move that file. So I'm just going to do a make directory, so mkdir to make another directory, and whatever the directory name. I'm just going to call it directory file 456. So now if I do ls, you can see we have a folder, which is in blue in this case, and we have the two files that we have. Another cool command that I use is ll to show the folder structure and some other information. So if I use ll, it's pretty much similar to ls. It's just giving me a little bit more information. So for example, reading from left to right, you see those DRWXs, etc. That just shows me that it's a directory, if it's readable, executable, all of that information. I'll go deeper into that later. It's not important right now. And you can see when it was created, who created it, and the directories and files. So if we clear this, now I'm going to move that file that we just created, the file 456. I'm just going to put move file 456 into the directory, and I'm just going to do this. Let's see if that works. See if I do that, what happens. If I do ll, file's not there anymore. And if I do an ll on the directory, it'll show me that the file's there. So real quick recap, I showed you how to create a file. I showed you how to show the contents of a file. I showed you how to show the information of a file with the file command, how to copy a file, how to create a directory, and how to move a file. Now I'm just going to do something real quick because I do not want to keep the files that I have here. I'll play my terminal, do a quick ls. So first I'm going to remove file 123. So rm to remove, and then the name of the file you want to remove. Click enter, it removes it. You do a quick ls. Now we only have the directory. So I'm going to run the same command for the directory, but you're going to see something. Hey, you can't remove that. It's a directory, right? It's not actually a file. So to do that, I am going to use. I can show you one more thing. If I do man rm, so man means manual. You could actually do man for a lot of commands. Well, I don't have it here in this because it's another different type of terminal. But if you're in Linux, if you do man rm, it actually shows you the manual, and you could scroll through it with the J to go down, K to go up, and you could just read this. So here, if you see that command there where it says recursive, so that means it's going to remove directories and any files that are under it. So once you're done reading this, you can click on Q. It takes you away from there. I'm going to go back to this git bash terminal, and I am going to do rm-r and then the directory, and there you go. Nothing in the folder anymore. All right. So those are very basic commands. I'll try to see if there's anything else that I think will be helpful. I might go in more depth in, locating files, doing searches, that kind of thing in my next video. I just want to keep these very short and as educational as I can. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And please like, subscribe. I'm doing this just for fun. Please check out my Medium blog. I just post a lot of thoughts and things that I go through as a data engineer, and I hope you enjoy this. Thank you.